So I cannot believe that we are already at the end of the year. 2025 has basically flown by, and honestly, like, I went through so much this year and a lot has changed in my business. So I actually want to share with you all some of the things I think I did on my website that made a huge difference in my business this year, which has led up to me getting 22-ish weddings for next year. And since we're going to be speaking about websites as well, big shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. We'll be talking about them later. My website is on Squarespace, so we'll definitely be talking about them. But to recap the start of this year for me, I was in my feels. I had no increase coming in. I had like 2 to 3 weddings booked, and it was the absolute worst. Like, in all honesty, I can't even tell you all how just like totally bummed out I was. And I was at the point of like, maybe I need to get a part-time job. I don't think I'm going to keep being able to do wedding photography. Like it was rough. And yeah, a lot of it was, I think, my pricing. Just in this area, my pricing was a little bit too high, and I did not have the authority in the Raleigh, North Carolina area to demand those prices. People don't know me like that here. It just didn't really make sense. So I did lower my prices a bit. And I know a lot of people may be thinking about that and like, oh, that's a cop out. He lowered his prices and that's why he booked more. But I really didn't lower it that much. I just came back into like that market range. So I was starting at, for like an 8-hour day, at 6,500. And what I sat down and thought about was most of the venues in this area cost about 6,500, 7,000, maybe a little bit more for like a Saturday wedding. So to justify that your wedding photographer costs the same amount as your venue, like if you ain't that guy, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. And I just had to be real with myself. I'm not him. Not yet, at least. So I pulled my prices back down where my main starting price was like 3,500. So that was more realistic for the area. And I started booking like wildfire. But like I said at the beginning of this video, there were a couple of changes I made that actually helped out. And we'll talk about probably one of the biggest one, which is what I did for my SEO. Now, I'm not an SEO expert at all, but SEO is very important. And I know nowadays things are changing a lot. We have AI stepping in and people actually getting found from ChatGPT. And I'm honestly, let's just be real, not very familiar with all that. So I barely know SEO as it is, but I'd be trying my best. So a couple of things I did. One of the biggest ones, the first one with SEO that helped out, is I actually hired a VA. Now, I know not everyone can do this, but I was at a place that I needed to. And to be honest, it probably cost more than I could afford. But at the end of the day, if you own a business, you have to realize you kind of have to pay to play. That's just how business works. I don't know any business that doesn't spend something on some type of marketing and advertising, even if that means just hiring someone else onto your business to help you do this stuff. So I got a VA, and he's actually doing a lot of just my social stuff. But the biggest thing he's doing on my website is he's writing blog posts for me off of my own topics. He's helping me with my email marketing. He's helping me with my Instagram posting. And all of these things are leading into my own SEO. Anytime I have an idea for something that would probably help my SEO or something for the area, he pretty much writes that up for me. And all I have to do is double check it, go back through it, add some photos to it, and we're good to go. Now, between that and the tweaks I had made to my website to really work on keywords, I've actually almost made it to the front page if you search Raleigh Wedding Photographer. I was looking at my stats recently, and I think I'm at like the 4th or 5th place, or 5th or 6th. It's always kind of moving, but the fact that I'm pretty much within that first page, if you scroll down to the bottom, is a good look. I'm still working on it. SEO is kind of a thing that you're always doing, but I think this is the biggest thing I did for my website and what really made a big difference in helping me book those 22 weddings for next year. Having a VA, doing blog posts, making sure I'm blogging all of my sessions as well, which I have to be honest, I've kind of been slacking on for the last couple of months. But, you know, when you finish a photo session, you go ahead and put it on your website with SEO keywords that helps out. I think I made a video about that. If I did, I'll pop it up here at the top somewhere. But making sure you're working on your SEO at all times is huge. And make sure you focus on what it is that you want to focus on. Again, I was trying to book more often here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area because I have 5 kids and I'm not trying to travel like I was when I only had like 1 or 2. When I had 1 or 2, I was up in New York, New Jersey all the time. I had started my business there, moved down here to Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was still going up like every other month or so. But now I have too many kids. I'm not trying to be gone like that. That's like a 3-day ordeal, flying up the day before the wedding and then the next day traveling back. So I'm trying to book here where I can drive 30 minutes to downtown Raleigh and shoot the wedding and drive home, or drive for an hour, like that kind of thing. And I still have my weekend ordeals sometimes if I'm out in the mountains of North Carolina, but it's much better to be here. So SEO, hiring a VA was, I think, the biggest thing I did on my website. And again, the biggest thing there was the blog posts, working on my keywords, and then all my social posting around that. Because everything you have on the internet, in my opinion, helps your SEO at all. And if people find you and they see that you're active, it's really going to help out. Now, the second thing I did was on my pricing page. I already talked about I dropped my prices back to like a reasonable thing, which again, I'm talking about my main 8-hour package. I still have a package above that. So I was charging a decent amount. And I've recently just raised my prices again, not back to the 6,500 for my main 8-hour, but I'm pushing up there. Again, I got to work up to it, not just change my prices. But on my pricing page, I changed how I'm relaying my pricing to my couples. And I also gave them more of an incentive to want to get in contact. By doing this, I got a lot more increase. And I've talked about this before in a pricing video, which I'll link up above as well. I'm pretty sure I have one. But basically, there's the mindset of like, do I show my pricing on my website or do I not show it? I've always been a show your pricing on the website. But what I did differently this time, instead of just showing the one package that I have, I actually said, hey, there's more packages. So if you want to see more about pricing, click this button here. By doing that, it gave couples a reason to want to actually go to my website, fill that out, and then get that information. So instead of going to the contact form, most of my couples at this point are using this new pricing form, as I'm calling it. It's much shorter. It's quicker to fill out. It's not even asking for much information. And the reason they're doing it is because it's that incentive of just like 35 is cool, but maybe he has more or maybe he has less. I just want to see the whole thing. So boom, boom, fill it out, make a shorter form. And when I tell you it like near 10x my increase, like it made a big difference. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using both the technique of not showing your pricing and also showing your pricing. So the I'll send you more, that's part of the not showing your pricing, where people have to contact you to see the pricing. But because I show the pricing in the first place, I'm not scaring people away. And I think they get more interested at that point to see what else there is and what other options. Because when I tell you I went from literally getting no increase at all to just getting like 5-10 increase in like a day or like a week, I was mind blown. And it's still working now. People barely use my contact form anymore. They're going straight through this other form, which is a Squarespace form, whereas my contact form is actually a Honeybook form. So I have a way that I can connect the Squarespace form directly to my Honeybook. So if you want to see a tutorial on that or something, please let me know, because especially we're about to start 2026. This is the time to start getting your stuff right so that when you get the inquiries, you'll be ready for them. On that note, actually, is the next part of this pricing thing. So people are filling out this short form now to want to see the rest of my pricing. And what I did inside of Honeybook was create an actual email thread or like a drip feed. I don't know what they call it, but like a set of emails. It's like 4 or 5 emails that go out automatically. And this also has saved a lot of couples and helped me book couples, because most of the emails, they're not just like, hey, where are you? Hey, do you want to book? Hey, like 3 of them are pretty much just like, here's some information about my package. Here's some information about, why this package is good. Here's some information about how wedding days usually go down. It's helpful information for the couples, also with a couple of follow-ups. And that has made a huge difference. And what's really cool is I think for this year, I had a booking rate of like 75 to 80. So pretty much if I was capturing couples after they got in contact with me and went through this email drip feed, pretty much more than not, I was booking them, which is again how I got to the 20 weddings for next year. So it really made a huge difference. That pricing page change made the absolute biggest difference on my website. And again, making these changes on my site and on my pages is extremely easy with this video sponsor, Squarespace. If you're not familiar with Squarespace, it's an online platform that will help you quickly and easily build your website so that you can do things like I'm talking about: show off your portfolio, have a contact page, have a blog, have SEO find you online, and have potential couples want to book with you. I've been on Squarespace now for over 10 years, and honestly, I don't see myself changing. And that says a lot because I've actually looked at other platforms, and Squarespace always comes out on first for me, mainly because of their features and how they're always growing and adding new features. I use their commerce features for selling the natural fields preset, and if I wanted to, I could start selling physical products as well. I use their analytics almost daily to check and see where people are coming from, where they're visiting my site from, what other links they're coming in from, or backlinks, or whatever you call them. And really, like, I go to it all the time, and that's again what's helping me out with understanding my SEO. They have built-in AI on Squarespace now that will actually help you with keywords and things as well, especially when you're uploading your photos if you didn't put keywords in the name of the file. So that's huge, again, what I was talking about earlier with the SEO. And I could go on about that because my VA actually was doing a lot of that with my photos as well. And on top of that, they have things like Squarespace payments, member pages. There's so much you can do on Squarespace, and they're always adding new features. And on top of that, if you have an issue, their customer service is absolutely amazing. So again, since we're talking about websites, I think you should start a website with Squarespace, and you can get 10% off of your first website or domain with the link down in the description below. Definitely get yourself a new website and roll into 2026 with an online presence that serves you. Now, the last thing I'm gonna do on my website, which I have not done yet, I know I'm guilty of not doing enough, but I think it should help out a lot, is actually add an about page. I don't have an about page on my website right now. I think it's pretty much just like portfolio, pricing, and contact for the couples. And then there's another one for photographers specifically, where you can find the natural fields preset, and coming soon, the natural films preset, and just other stuff like that. But I think an about page is really going to help. If you go to my website, you'll see I already have a bunch of like video and stuff. I really want couples to see me and see me working. That's another feature I like about Squarespace, is that you can add video onto the website. But I think making an about me page is really going to help them understand me and my business a little bit better. So I have not done that yet, but I think it should make a huge difference. And I'm thinking about a way that I can put another type of form on there as well. If you have any ideas for me, leave them in the comments below. But this is the type of stuff we need to be thinking about right now. Right now, it's slow season. I talked about that a lot in my last video. And during slow season is where you can go back, look at your year, look at your processes, and be like, it's broken here. I need to add something there, so on and so forth. And I think I have a video about automations. I'll also link that up above. But you need to get some automations set up. You need to look at all your emails. There's no more excuses anymore. We have ChatGPT to help us write our emails. And obviously, don't just use AI the whole time, but like use it in conjunction with what you're actually already writing. That way you can fill out all the emails that you're going to need to send to your couples. Really, like, get it together, do the thing. That's what I'm working on right now. And it's an ever growing process. Like, my processes are really good now, but I need to go back and look at them again, double up on them, make sure they're going well. Make that about page, which I think is going to be huge. If you don't have an about page, you definitely need to make one. And I don't think I'll do a live stream this month, but in January, to start out the new year, how about we do a website critique and review for the live stream? And if you're into that, again, hit the like, subscribe. Make sure you get on my email list so you can actually be notified when I'm doing the live stream. And yeah, I'm enjoying kind of coming more casual. Like, I'm not using my normal camera. This is just the Osmo Pocket 3. This one was a little bit more official than my last one, but I'm going to try my best to not be a jaded YouTuber, since the algorithm is hating, and just make videos. So again, if you like these type of videos, let me know. Please like and subscribe, hype up the videos. Give me ideas of things that you want to see, and I will catch you all next time.